old short furniture, I will take your husband from you. I will make sure she leaves her house for me.
They said Aisha was lucky. Lucky to be chosen. Lucky to be loved. Lucky to enter a home where another woman had already warmed the bed. When Aisha entered Hassan's house, she did not come as a guest. She came as a statement. Her heels clicked loudly against the tiled floor, announcing her presence before her voice ever did. She was young, polished, confident, the kind of woman who turns heads without trying. The first wife, Zainab, stood quietly near the doorway, holding a tray of tea. She had lived in that house for 12 years. She knew every crack in the wall, every prayer whispered in the bedroom, every sacrifice buried under silence. Aisha said, "Sister, I respect you. But respect never sleeps with another woman's husband." At first, Aisha behaved like a guest who overstayed but refused to leave. She woke up late. She laughed loudly. She corrected Zainab in front of visitors. When Zainab served food, Aisha would taste it and say, "Hassan prefers his stew thicker. But don't worry, I'll teach you." Teach her. In her own house. Zainab swallowed her pride. She told herself, "Be patient. For the sake of peace." But Aisha wasn't looking for peace. She was looking for dominance. Aisha would laugh loudly when Zainab spoke. She would interrupt her in front of visitors. She would whisper to the husband at night and wake up smiling in the morning. Then it became deliberate. She mocked Zainab's cooking. She called her old furniture. She reminded her daily that men get tired. When Zainab cried to her husband, he said, "Be patient. You are imagining things." But patience does not protect a woman from humiliation. Soon, the whispers started. Aisha would sit beside Hassan and say loudly, "Some women lose their spark after marriage." Then she would glance at Zainab and smile. At night, Aisha stayed in Hassan's room longer. In the mornings, she walked out glowing. Zainab noticed the shift. Hassan stopped listening. He stopped defending her. He started comparing. "Why can't you dress like Aisha? Why are you always quiet? You're becoming boring." Boring. After 12 years of loyalty. The real bullying began at a family gathering. Relatives filled the compound. Food was served. Laughter echoed. Aisha stood up suddenly and said, "Let's be honest. Some women stay in marriages because they have nowhere else to go." The compound went silent. Zainab felt every eye turned toward her. She stood up slowly, hands trembling, and excused herself. No one followed. That night, Zainab cried quietly in the bathroom so her children wouldn't hear. Aisha grew bolder. She moved Zainab's belongings without asking. She rearranged the house. She claimed authority. One evening, during an argument, Aisha snapped, "Madam, if you had sense, you would live with dignity." Zainab froze. Aisha continued, her voice cold. "Men don't keep women out of pity forever." That night, Hassan said nothing. His silence was the loudest answer. Zainab packed quietly. No drama. No shouting. She kissed her children, wiped her tears, and walked out of the marriage she had built with her youth. Neighbors whispered. She failed. She couldn't handle competition. But no one asked what it cost to be disrespected daily. Aisha watched from the balcony. She had won. Or so she thought. For the first few months, Aisha enjoyed her victory. No rival. No comparison. She decorated the house her way. She controlled the kitchen. She controlled Hassan's attention. But something changed. Hassan started coming home late. He became distant. He corrected Aisha the same way she once corrected Zainab. Why is the food salty? Why are you talking too much? Zainab never argued like this. Aisha laughed it off at first, until it became constant. One evening, Aisha overheard Hassan on the phone. Zainab was calm. This one stresses me. Her chest tightened. That night, she cried alone. For the first time, she understood. Zainab wasn't weak. She was patient. And patience had been mistaken for foolishness. Without Zainab, the house lost balance. No mediator. No peacekeeper. Arguments increased. Respect disappeared. Hassan no longer apologized. The man Aisha fought for was not the man she imagined. She didn't steal happiness. She inherited unresolved problems. Hassan started coming home late. Sometimes, he didn't come home at all. Then one night, she heard laughter in the sitting room. A woman's laughter. Her heart dropped. When Aisha confronted him, her voice shaking, Hassan didn't explain. He slapped her hard. She fell against the wall, stunned not just by the pain, but by the shock. This was not the man she fought for. The next day, she wore long sleeves. The day after that, he brought another woman. When she asked questions, he beat her. And the beatings became routine. Aisha could not leave. Not because she had nowhere to go, but because pride chained her feet. How could she go back and admit she was wrong? How could she face the woman she humiliated? So she stayed. She covered bruises with makeup. She swallowed pain with silence. The same mouth that once mocked Zainab now begged quietly at night. Please, just talk to me. But Hassan no longer listened. One afternoon at the market, Aisha saw a familiar face. Zainab. Her heart raced. Aisha turned quickly, pulling her scarf tighter, trying to disappear. But Zainab had already seen her. She walked toward her calmly. Aisha's hands trembled. Her clothes were dull. Her eyes sunken. Her body tired. Shame crushed her chest. Without thinking, Aisha dropped to her knees. Right there in the market. People stared. She grabbed Zainab's dress and cried. Forgive me. I didn't know. I didn't understand. Zainab lifted her gently. Her voice was soft. I forgave you a long time ago. You were young. You didn't know what you were doing. Aisha broke. Zainab listened. She didn't judge. She didn't say, I told you so. Instead, she said, let's talk to the elders. Maybe he can still be stopped. For the first time, Aisha wasn't alone. Together, they went to Hassan's parents. The elders called him in. They warned him. They spoke sternly. For 3 months, things changed. The beating stopped. The house grew quiet. Aisha hoped. Then slowly, the old Hassan returned. The insults. The late nights. The violence. This time, Aisha didn't cry. She was tired. Drained. Empty. One night, she sat on the floor and realized something terrifying. This marriage will either kill me, or steal my future. She called Zainab again. Zainab came. Not with noise. Not with drama. With a plan. She helped Aisha apply for a nursing scholarship in the UK. They did everything quietly. Aisha packed silently. No farewell. No confrontation. Just one final look at the house she once fought to enter. Then she left. Months later, Hassan returned to an empty house. No explanation. No argument. Just silence. Far away, in a new country, Aisha stood in a nursing uniform, learning how to save lives. including her own. Sometimes, the woman you hurt becomes the hand that saves you. Was Aisha right to break Zainab's marriage? Did Aisha deserve everything she was going through in that marriage? And was Zainab right to help her out? Tell us what you think in the comment section.